Hi, I'm Christina, and this is New Ways Podcast. Today, my guest is Flo Chase. Thank you for being here again with me.
Thanks for having me back. I didn't know
I'm
you would.
excited. Yeah, he doesn't know what we're talking about today, you guys. So,
Bear with me.
what do you think it is?
Honestly, I have no idea.
No.
Yeah, you caught me off guard with the restaurant one and the other one, so I don't know anymore. Yeah. Whatever the boys said.
No, I'm trying to make this at least useful to the listeners in some way, shape, or form. So I kind of want to focus on sustainable duality, if that makes sense.
Duality. You may have to explore a bit more on that.
Okay, so duality in the sense where like you are a man of many talents, a man of many different skills, in my personal opinion. I don't know if you agree with me.
I mean, I do many things. It's nice that you consider them talents. I appreciate it.
I definitely think they are, but I do think talents can be learned for sure. But you do have a lot of interesting things that you do, as well as, I said this in the last podcast, you make it look so easy. And you are a very...
Maybe I should post more about the struggles and stop making it look easy.
Why not, though? That's
it's great to post it. I just never think of it. I don't know. Yeah, I got to start posting more about the struggles.
It's relatable.
It is, yeah. It's actually cooler, to be honest.
No, yeah. People are just like, they like to know your... I mean, us, I don't know if it's like this in other countries. I think it's also because I'm not much of like... even though I use social media for my job, but I don't love social media. I don't really record everything that I do. So when I post about something, it's when it's finished. And I'll talk about the song or something, you know, or whatever it is that I'm doing. Yeah. But I got to be better at like recording the process and, you know, sharing the actual, you know, struggles. And I agree. I cannot agree more with you. It's so weird too. Like I have a podcast, right? And like I have a coaching business and like everything is, social media is great for promoting yourself, but I don't like when I feel like it takes away from you living in the moment, right? Because that's what social media can do is you're always feeling like you have to perform.
Yeah.
But somebody told me recently, they're like, it shouldn't take away from that. It should be your self-expression. So yeah, I mean, if you're doing the struggles anyways, just put up a camera and act like it's not there.
Just leave a camera there and then do your thing.
Yeah, but I do get where social media can like take its toll on you.
Yeah. For
sure. But even your friends, because I'm friends with your friends, would say that you handle situations so well.
Yes, they do too.
I mean, good company keeps good company, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So that's kind of where I want to go with this. For the people, list everything that you kind of do on a weekly basis.
Okay. In terms of work or just like my activities
Honestly,
and
absolutely
stuff?
anything and everything.
Okay, like, so what I usually do in a week, like, so from work, most of it is music-based. So I'm in the studio recording music or writing. I'm gigging. I play like every different types of gigs you can think of. I play weddings. I have a hotel gig. I do a bunch of different gigs. I do my own shows when I can. I still do a bit of modeling, getting a bit older, so that might go soon, but I'm joking. God. But yeah, I still do modeling. So I get a lot of self-tapes that I have to record and submit for. I work an events, like modeling events, agency thing where we work premieres and stuff. As depends, they make us do a bunch of different stuff on there. Yeah. But then I go to the gym almost every day and play tennis almost every day if I can. What else do I do? I mean, I'm not doing it anymore, but I was running a restaurant for a while, which would also take me a bit of time because of the time difference. So that right there is a decent amount. Yeah. But like I said in the other episode, if you guys have watched it, I have to be busy. I don't know. I have to work on that, but I just don't like not to be busy and not to be doing something. Yeah. But
how do you continue to do everything that you do and not get burnt out and keep that energy?
Maybe because I love what I do. I think, it doesn't feel like a chore. Yeah. Or when I feel like I'm running out of gas on something, maybe I put it on hold for a bit and focus on the other stuff. But also I think I do a bunch of different things because I find interest in every single one. I don't like to always do the same thing. Yeah.
I was going to say, have you ever found something or felt like you had to do something that wasn't feeding you?
I feel like when I went to college for science, as much as I enjoy like sports and stuff, and I was doing clinical exercise science, and I grew up.
Clinical exercise science?
Clinical exercise science. Okay. So as much as I think I would probably find more interest now that I'm older in it, but I felt like, this was a bit of a chore. It's not everything that I was studying was something that I really
Yeah, it didn't light you up. But like, I gauge things by after I'm done doing it. Do I feel exhausted?
Yeah.
Am I excited to go to it? I do get where things can be tedious, even things that you love. I love this fucking podcast. I love mental health.
So it doesn't feel like work, right?
Yeah, it doesn't. But there are days where you wake up sometimes and you're like,
sure.
I'm just tired. But you know the difference between something that you're just like, I just need a break today versus should I really be doing this long term?
Mm-hmm.
So
I felt it so much when I went to music school. Like it didn't, even the assignments didn't feel like work. I was so happy to learn about all that stuff. Yeah. Which was interesting. Yeah.
Do you want to know what's so weird? And I know this is a little off topic. We have a mutual friend named Will. And when I watch him do his like editing and like his photography, he falls in love with the process so much. And I think that is so beautiful. And you can tell you're like, yes, you're doing it for the money and for work, but like you genuinely like it sparks
about someone
something.
Who does a lot of things too. Look at Will. He's an amazing musician, songwriter, and he also does his photography stuff on the side.
Yeah.
He also does a lot of stuff. Yeah.
But how did you decide then I'm walking away from sports science to do this?
I guess it was probably in the back of my mind all the time. Yeah. It was sort of like a safe route for me to go into sports science.
Okay.
Probably. I also didn't really know what I wanted to do after school. At first I wanted to become a professional tennis player. But I figured that it was going to be a lot harder. I had some bad injuries and stuff. And so I was like, okay, maybe I can become like either a vet, which was my goal at first because I love animals, but I couldn't get in right away. So I was like, maybe I'll start with this, or maybe I can become like a physio for tennis players. But I was doing so much music on this side, and I don't know. Inside, I think I knew that music is really what I wanted to do. And yeah, after 2 years, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go all out now because I'll probably end up regretting it. So.
Okay. Do you feel like music kind of just like took over in a way?
Yeah, for sure.
Naturally or forcedly?
No, naturally, because even when I was in school for science, I was recording covers every week for my YouTube channel, and my brother would do all the videos and then would produce music on the weekend. So it was already something that I was working towards to,
And I think that's so beautiful, though, how you're kind of like, I felt like I had to do it in a way, because most people would do the opposite. They're like, this seems too far-fetched. I feel like I have to do this other thing, where you felt like you couldn't do the thing that was actually draining you. You know what I mean? Here, at least, we're kind of told to do the opposite.
Which I love about, you are? Although, because I was going to say, when I moved to America, I love the mindset here.
Oh, like, what mindset did you see?
That people work like 4 different jobs in a lifetime, you know? Like, I speak to people, they've done so many different jobs. Well, Australia is a bit more that way. But my parents are French, so we definitely have the French culture in us. It's very common. It's changing now, but for people to go to school for one thing and then they'll work that job their entire life and then they'll retire. And they almost look at you as a failure if you change jobs. You know, it's like, oh, did you fail at the other one? Instead of being like, when I moved here, I was like, oh, people are a bit more open-minded. And they're like, oh, that's so cool. You managed to do more than one thing, you know?
Yeah. Well, did you move straight to LA, right? Did you live anywhere else?
In the States now. I traveled, but I was always based here.
Okay. Yeah. I will say that LA is definitely a unique place. So I'm from Chicago. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah,
but
you told me. Yeah.
We talked about that actually on the last episode.
The accent, got it.
But that's one thing that like drew me to LA out here is how I'm like, people are passionate about so many different things. And it's honestly a big playground. Like it is a free ground for anybody who wants to express themselves and try new things. But where I'm from, it's not necessarily that open-minded. Certain parts of the States. Definitely.
So you had it closer to what I had to, I guess.
Yeah. In, you said France, right? When somebody works the same job their entire life, is it usually something that they like to do?
For the most part, no. Some people are lucky they get to do what they love, but I feel like that's a very small percent of people.
And that's how I feel like it is here, is why do you think people go into professions then that they don't like?
Yeah, of course. And there's only I feel like there's so much you can learn in life, and every job you can keep learning. I feel like there's certain fields where once you've learned the job, you're doing the same thing. And of course, after a while, you're probably going to, even if you love it, you're probably going to get over it. There's only certain jobs where you're learning something new every day, you know? Yeah.
But why do you think people then stay in situations that they don't like?
It's just comfort. And I guess also...
But is it comfortable though when you look back and you're like, I actually didn't like any of it?
But it's like safe. Sorry, I shouldn't say comfort, it's safety. Yeah. Plus, maybe the family you grew up in, maybe people have kids earlier on and, you know, you do have to provide for your family and stuff. So it's probably harder at that point, you know, to be like, oh, I'm going to try something new.
Yeah,
but times have changed. A lot of people can still... like I keep telling people, like, you can still try it on the side. Like, you don't have to quit your current job to try something else. But instead of spending an hour on Instagram a day or whatever it is, maybe put an hour towards something, you know?
Have you ever looked at your screens that time sometimes in your life?
Dude. I used to get a notification every day, then I turned it off. But
you can get notifications?
I think so.
Everybody turn your notifications on, okay?
Don't.
We're holding ourselves accountable right now.
And then you get like, I'll go into my apps and it shows you the one that's using most of your battery and stuff. It's like 85% Instagram. I'm like, what am I doing on there? Yeah.
How long sometimes I spend doom scrolling, and I realized after, I'm like, I actually feel exhausted after doing it. My brain and my eyes hurt. I'm like, this was not fucking worth it. Yeah. It's addicting.
It's so addicting. I feel like it's finally changing though. Do you feel like you're spending less time on it? Or am I just getting older? Because I don't anymore. I don't know if it's because there's too much content getting out now that I'm like,
there's so much content.
Maybe it's impossible to keep track of. So I don't even check Instagram that much anymore. I just almost only use it for work, but...
I think before I used it maybe a little bit more because I also do like, it depends what your feed is. So if your feed is filled with things that are just like
good for you.
Good. Yeah. Well, I was going to say, start off with brainwashing. Yeah. You're not going to feel good. But a lot of the people that I follow are people that inspire me. Yeah. And I actually like, I can't tell you how many great quotes I've probably gotten off of Instagram where I'm like, ooh, I needed to hear that right now. You know,
there's definitely so much good to it. You just have to learn how to use it the right way, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, I just don't like my phone. I don't. I feel like I do like to really enjoy where I'm at in the moment.
That's something I do when I travel. I try not to be on my phone because I'm like, either way, service is so expensive. I'm not in the country anymore anyway. So whoever's trying to get a hold of me, like, I'm not here. So usually when I travel, I turn my phone off or I'll check it like a little bit during the trip. But I'm like, I'm disconnecting. Yeah.
Okay. And there's two things I really wanted to ask you actually in regards to that is, I love how you said, backtracking a little bit, when people want to do something new, they can continue doing what they're doing as well as try something new. That's a very Flo thing to say because if you guys listen to the last episode, no, I'm like, it's so great that you like listen to your intuition and your gut, but you also remember you have a brain because in my, like my
works.
Exactly. Well, in my line of work, or especially like I'm spiritual when it comes to like what I believe in, everyone's like, go with your gut, follow your heart all the time. I'm like, yeah, definitely do that. That should guide you, but the brain's up here to show you how to make it happen. And if you do just jump into one thing without kind of saying, how can I make this sustainable? How can I do two things at once? It's setting yourself up sometimes for failure because then you're going to put so much stress on this one thing that it's going to start to feel like work then. And it's going to start to feel like, what if? You know what I mean? Because you don't have that thing to fall back on.
That's the thing I used to talk to people about. It's like, oh, but it's taking time away from this one thing that I really want to put all my energy towards. And the way I look at it, it's like it's actually helping me with that thing too, because it's giving me a break from it, which is keeping me motivated and opens up my brain to different things. And it's like, oh, it's actually helping me to keep pushing, you know?
Yeah, and it's taking the pressure off of it. I feel like when we put too much pressure on things,
one thing, you get sick of it.
Yeah, we get sick of it, and it also just like it ruins the joy out of it. Nobody wants to feel obligated to do anything that they're passionate about. What's it called again? Anything that you meet with like force just creates resistance and it hurts you. You don't want that, especially in like an artistic thing. If you're doing something for the fun of it, you want to be able to keep doing it for the fun of it. You know what I mean? I don't know why this popped into my head because I've been listening to a lot of old school Drake lately, but he said the second I'm done having fun with it, I'm done with it. You know what I mean?
I respect that. That's
cool. And I'm like, that's how it kind of should be. And then it's time to go on to the next thing.
Especially with creative stuff. It's like the writer's block that everybody talks about. It's like, I used to try and push through it. It's like, oh, I think we have blocks for a reason. Like if you have a writer's block, it's maybe you're supposed to step away for a bit and then you'll get inspired again.
Yeah, definitely. Well, many, artistic people that I know and writers, and even me, for instance, you get your spark from living your life, right? So I'm guilty where as much as I seem like an extrovert, I love to be by myself. I love being in my head and thinking, what can I come up with? But the most times where I feel lit up and I can actually stay inside my place and like work on my creative stuff is after like a weekend away with friends.
Yeah, well, you need it.
Yeah, or going on a trip where I have a good balance of both.
It's about balance, right? Life is about balance, though, I think. Yeah.
It is. Drawing inspiration from life because that's the most inspiring thing on earth. Like if you're not experiencing, what are you going to draw stuff from?
What are we here for, you know?
Yeah. How do you find balance?
Probably from doing so many different things.
Like you juggle? What's up? It's not even, you know how they have like the scale is technically the representation of balance.
I don't know if I'm balanced though.
A scale is only two things, honey.
It's probably going like this all the time.
Yeah.
I guess. I do find a lot of balance in traveling as well, like stepping away sometimes, you know? And doing nothing, just literally experiencing a new place or something. That motivates me so much, especially as a songwriter. That's usually, like when I'm in LA, it's funny. I don't write so much music, even though I'm in the studio every day and stuff. And then I'll go on vacation and I'll find myself in my hotel at night or whatever, and I start writing songs. So I know that I have to travel because it inspires me so much. Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
I think even though, like you said, I do a lot of different things, you sort of get used to your everyday sort of thing, that your brain is like, oh, not letting you do something in a way because, oh, you should be doing this or you should be doing that. Well, when I'm traveling, I don't have a clock. There's no schedule. And I have downtime too, you know, it's like,
okay. So how do you like to travel then? Because I feel like a lot of people have, especially when you use it for creative purposes, there's like intention behind it.
I've been enjoying traveling alone, which I didn't do before, but I do like solo trips for sure. Okay. I find that inspiring. Just makes me step out of my comfort zone as well. And I love to travel with friends as well. Family when I get to, but that's more rare these days. But
okay. Is there anything that you normally like gravitate towards? Like any sort of environment?
Tropical, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
I do enjoy cities. Like cities are cool, but I'm definitely more of like nature type of person, especially if I need to step out.
Okay. And how long do you usually go away for?
It's getting expensive to travel these days.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
It really depends. But yeah, on average, I'd say 2 weeks probably max. Yeah.
I feel like that's a good time.
Yeah, it feels good. Feels good.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I love Europe, don't get me wrong, but Europe I feel like is definitely a more eventful type of trip.
And you're always on the move.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like it's harder for me to get space when I'm in Europe is, I would consider more westernized, not westernized, but like
I get it, though.
The fast pace,
it doesn't feel
the cities.
It's a shock, I guess, culture shock. Yeah.
So I feel like I can't breathe as well in Europe, but send me to Bali, send me to Costa Rica. I'm going to Thailand in January. That's where I feel like I can breathe.
Yeah, because it's so different.
And it gets like the juices flowing.
I get that.
Yeah, and I think definitely who you travel with in different locations definitely
everything.
Helps with perspective. But yeah, when I was in Costa Rica, Will came with me to
you
Costa Rica.
Yeah, he spoke about it. He loved that trip actually. Yeah.
That was so great, to be honest with you.
Showed me some photos. It looked amazing where you guys stayed, like in the middle of the forest or something.
So great. I love it. And that's where my creative juices get flowing. That's when I think of new things that I want to do or start writing or start coming up with different ideas on how to help people, as well as it's cool when you're traveling with other creatives. Like Will's a creative, right? And I helped him with his clothing brand as well as like he helped me take photos for to promote me.
So you're still working, you know?
Yeah, but it makes it fun.
For sure, yeah.
I was going to say, that's another question I was going to have is how do you make things sustainable? How do you find the joy in it?
I guess I get to pick what I do. So I find joy in it. If I don't, I probably wouldn't do it, I guess, when I think about it. People that I do it with as well definitely make it fun. People that I work with, for sure.
But that's was my point. I'm like, when me and Will were in Costa Rica, we were making so much content. Where he would whip out the guitar at a dinner table with people we just met at the beach, and that's good for his.
He told me about that night. Yeah. That's so cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, he seems like I haven't traveled with Will, but he seems like the perfect guy to travel with.
I'm trying to get him to go to Thailand with me. You want to come? I'm going in January.
Nice.
You want to go?
That's gonna be summer over there, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sounds nice. I mean, I'm trying to finish off an album, but if I can get some time
if you finish it off, it's a perfect place to be. I feel like. Also, if you're not finished and you have writer's block, let's go.
Finish it there. Yeah.
Also, for all my listeners, Thailand, it's pretty cheap out there.
Yeah, it's where are you guys going? Do you know? I mean, I'm saying where you guys really is going.
I always just tell him, I'm like, can you come with me? Because it's so fun. It's so fun. And we also what if being around other creative people, it feeds me. It's different if I have some friends where I feel like we have to have a plan every step of the way, right? Yeah. Those are the people. That's why, honestly, I'm gone for 2 months traveling. I'm I can't feel like I'm congested.
Is that usually how long you travel for? That's nice.
No, minimally 2 weeks. Minimally
nice.
is usually 2 weeks. If I'm trying to actually get engrossed in what's going on. But it makes it easier. But I don't know. It's just, but if you want to come to Thailand, it'll be a great time.
I'll let you know. I mean, it's definitely tempting.
But then in that case too, I feel like you are a very, what's the word? I'm a peaceful man, to say the least.
Maybe on the outside. My brain is not. I'm actually very hyper.
Okay. Yeah. People tell me all the time though, like I'll walk and I just constantly have a smile on my face, right? And they're like, you just seem like the happy person. I'm like, I got some demons up here on days. You have no idea. How do you stay like this then? How'd you get to be so calm even when your mind's like going a mile a minute?
Not sure. I don't know. I'm not super introverted, but I don't really share my feelings too much. So I feel like maybe I keep it all inside.
Okay.
And music is a way for me to bring it out, I guess. But I don't know. And I'm also like, my biggest motto in life is to treat people the way you'd like to be treated.
Yeah.
So if I feel miserable or something, then maybe there's certain people that I can talk to about it. But I try and be a bright person for someone's day. You know, there's no point bringing someone down if you're feeling down.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah.
And I do feel like too, I don't believe in like spiritual bypassing or fake it. Like, do you know how some people are like happiness is a choice? I believe that in certain contexts, but I also do believe when you do think positive thoughts versus negative thoughts about what's going on,
brings positive energy, right?
Yeah, it definitely helps.
Sure. 100%.
So whenever you are in a rut, then how do you get out of it?
Go work out for the most part. That's usually what I do. I go to the gym. That will definitely get my mind off it, or go for a run, or go see friends if I feel like I want to get out.
Okay.
Yeah, step out of it, I guess. Yeah. And remind myself that it's like people are dealing with so much worse. Like I have so much to be grateful of. Like so much. Like little things. Like we're talking about Will and his ankle right now, you know?
Yeah.
Like little things like that. Like hold on.
I really hope he listens to this podcast.
Yeah, no,
I'm like, we're sending him so much
love. Will. But no, things like that, like being injured or just little things like, oh, come on, you know, I have nothing to complain about. Like,
what are the littlest things that you're grateful for on a daily basis?
Health, for sure. Like health is a big one. Still having my family and my parents around, for sure. Like, and they're healthy too. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
That's for sure that I get to speak to them. Sort of doing what I love. Like, I'm so grateful that I still get to do music is my main thing, even though I do so many different things. But
do you feel like gratefulness is the key? Because something that I believe in so deeply is that if you can find beauty in the things that are not so beautiful, or like we go back to the kind of like have your passion project, but also have the thing that is sustaining it right now. To me, what makes that other thing that doesn't necessarily bring you the most energy, at least doable, is realizing that like I'm grateful for it and it is serving a purpose. And like just that to me makes things easier. Are there certain emotions you go through in your head when you're like, even if it doesn't seem good right now, I'm still grateful for it?
Yeah, I always try and like be present. Like it's so easy, especially in the like industry that I work in, just to look ahead in the future, where you want to be, what you want to do. And you tend to forget where you're at. You know, I'm like, hold on, I'm sure when I'll get to that point, I'll be looking at the same thing. Oh, what's the next thing, you know? And you forget about being like, hold on, I'm doing it right now. Like life is great.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like I've interviewed a lot of artists on here, honestly, and there was somebody sitting in that chair about a year ago probably, and he's just like, I feel like my biggest flaw is that I don't feel like I'm ever accomplishing anything, because the top of one mountain is the bottom of another, and I never actually took a second to look around at the view that I've already reached.
And are you really ever satisfied too? Like, you know, like you idolize certain things, and then are you really going to be that happy when you get there too, you know? Right now I'm happy doing what I'm doing.
Okay.
So be grateful about that, you know? And then when you get to the next step, hopefully I'll be happy too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. What
are the things that have surprised you in your life? Let me ask you that.
Surprised me in my life. Oh, wow.
How about surprised you in like the most unexpected way? Because you ever do have those moments where you're like,
wow.
How the fuck did I get here in a way?
Oh, shit. What can I think of something? There's definitely been times.
I can't tell you how many times where I'm forever grateful. And like, I have big dreams and big goals. And that's what a lot of people say anxiety is, right? Anxiety is like feeling it like you don't have control of the future and always living in the future and not being here in the moment. When in reality, if you just check yourself, the anxiety would go away because you realize you're safe and everything's going to work out exactly how it's supposed to. But I have big aspirations, right? And there's even some times where I sit in my apartment that I'm about to get rid of and I'm just like, how the hell did I end up here? I don't know. I didn't even know. If you asked early 20s Christina, I didn't know that I was gonna fucking be here. I didn't know this is what I was gonna want to do, but I'm so forever grateful for it. I just have to pinch myself sometimes and I'm like, how did I even end up here? And I'm so happy I did. Do you ever have moments like that where you're like,
oh, for sure, especially
I had a vision, but
especially when I used to go back more to New Caledonia, the small island that I'm from, I'm like, oh wow, like I see what life could have been, and don't get me wrong, it would have been great as well, but I'm like, oh wow, I've actually done quite a lot, you know. I've come quite a long way.
What is your like, do you have an end game? I know you're a very present person, but are there some things that like worry you
there's
sometimes?
Like big picture things, I guess, but again, I feel like I'm trying to live day by day and you never know what life is made up of, but I do want kids one day and I would love to raise them in Australia. That's
Australia.
I would love to.
Why Australia?
I mean, it's like my favorite place in the world. And I also feel like you get, especially for kids, they have a great life. Of course, again, it comes down to how much money you have and what you can get, what you can give them. But I feel like if I compare having a certain amount of money here to having the same amount in Australia, I feel like I could give them a much healthier life in a way.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's so crazy. Like I do, when you said it depends on how much money you have, and in my mind, I'm like, there's a lot of other things you can give kids besides just
money's not
money.
Happiness, of course, definitely not.
But it helps. For sure. Like we can't ignore that aspect of life.
I mean, I'd love for them to play so many different sports if they want to, and you know, just little things like you don't realize when it's a kid that money's involved in it.
Yeah.
But certain things, and also just the lifestyle. Like Australia is so secluded that they don't deal with a lot of the stuff that we're dealing with at the moment. You know, just the world is in a strange place, I guess. Again, it's what you make of it. I hate talking about that stuff because I think life is what you make of it.
Yeah.
But I feel like because I had both experiences, I grew up on the island and I moved to Australia, and I'm like, wow, the lifestyle and like what you can teach kids, not just parents, but just the schooling system. People in general is so friendly, so nice. It's very safe.
Yeah.
There's so much nature, easy to try. I don't know.
As a man who travels, I'm curious on your opinion of this, because whenever I started solo traveling, let alone I'm not a man, so everyone perceives me as weak, which I am. I'm just a little thing over here. Okay,
I get it. It's more brave though for a girl to solo travel. Yeah, hell yeah.
I do get the whole like fear thing is definitely there, but I'm the person where I will never ever let fear control my life. I'm scared of letting fear control my life, and then.
But I feel like you're also pretty well aware. Like you put yourself in the right situation, you know?
I would like to think so. Yes. Sure. Like I said, I'd follow my heart, but I believe in the brain also.
Exactly. You have a brain.
But it's so funny because when I first started solo traveling, everybody was like, the world's so dangerous. Actually, oddly enough, my first long-term solo trip was to Bali. Okay. Which I consider one of almost like the safest places on earth.
Feels pretty safe. Depends where you go, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, but my mom was like, so nice, look at the statistics, look at the Googling, you know, ChatGPTing. And I think it's funny how people come here.
Oh, you should see how people see LA. Like,
yeah.
Oh, they see it as so, I mean, it is, of course, it's a dangerous city, but it's not as at all how people see it, I think. Again, if you know how to use your brain, just don't go where you're not supposed to go. Of course, you can be the wrong place at the wrong time, but...
You can be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Anywhere in the world, for sure.
And it doesn't even have to be like an unsafe circumstance necessarily. Yeah. Like you don't have to, like, some places are more prevalent of you getting mugged or, but you could also just be walking across the street at the exact wrong moment and there's a shitty driver. There's shitty drivers absolutely everywhere in this world and you never know.
You never know,
yeah.
So, yeah.
How do you not like fear control your life? Because you've done a lot of things. How do you not like, is there ever the voice in your head?
Oh, sorry. Say that one more time.
The little voice in your head saying, this is scary. I shouldn't do it.
There probably is because I do get scared of certain things.
So how do you push through or do you not?
I push through when I know that I should push through, you know, when it's like not, what's the word? Like not a justifiable fear or whatever you call it.
Justifiable
fear. Like I know, I'm like, okay, it's not as bad as I think it would be. When I do think that, okay, you should not be there or you should not do this, then I wouldn't do it. Yeah.
Do you think growing up in such a calm environment is what's made you such a calm adult? You're just always so composed.
Shit.
You are.
You should see my brother. Holy shit.
Is your brother the opposite?
Oh, he's so chilled. No, he's way more composed than I am.
My
whole life, I've always been told that my brother is like my dad, which is like super chilled, and I'm more like my mom. I'm a little bit more stressed. But
you're stressed?
Probably in the inside. I don't think I am much anymore, to be fair. I still am, but not as much. Yeah. But my brother is like Buddha.
Okay, but do you think you're like that because of how you were raised, though?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm 100%. Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever feel like sometimes? And tell me this, because I've told people I'm stressed out, and they're like, "Well, you handle it very, very well." Does that ever get you aggravated when people are like, "You look so calm"?
No, I take it as a compliment. If anything, I'm glad, because I've been told as a kid that I was the other way around. So I'm like, oh, that's nice. Then I come across as pretty calm and stuff.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I also think that Australia made me more calm too. Moving to Australia, yeah. I changed a lot. Like, I used to be super hyper, and then I was one of the calmest kid in school. And then I went to college, and people thought I was so much older than I was because I was so calm and stuff.
I do also think, like, at a young age, having to learn things, because we are sponges, we soak things up so fast. And if you're just trying to focus on learning, it could make you a little bit more calmer, because you're not focused on like the social aspect. You're like, I'm just trying to honestly learn how to fit in here.
Yeah.
As well as as well as just speak the language. So I feel like that might make you more calmer. I don't know if it has.
Yeah. But I guess the reason why I do so many different things as well, and that I don't like to be, not doing anything, is probably I still have the hyper in me as well. And that's a way for me to deal with it in a way.
Okay.
Maybe.
I was going to say.
I was actually looking into that stuff, like where did it come from? And I guess that's a different topic. My brother.
No, please, by all means, go.
My brother was sick when I was young. He was in hospital for like 3 years. And I was 6, I think. And at that age, like, I had no idea. I was trying to figure out
what was he sick with?
He had something called osteochondritis. So it's like it was his hip. Like, his hip was not going, so he had to get surgery, and then he was in hospital with his bed, like both of his legs in a cast.
Oh wow.
And then he broke his knee when he was supposed to come out, so he had another 6 months in bed or something. But I had no idea. I knew what it was, but when you're that young, you think of death right away. So it made me a little overprotective, and like, I guess.
Wait, you were thinking of death at that young of an age?
I think I was, yeah.
Okay.
Because I was trying to figure out why am I so protective of him, and like, where I used to be so scared of the dark as a kid and stuff like that. And I'm like, where did it come from? Like, I had a very pretty, chilled childhood. And I think that's probably where some of it came from, just having to deal with that, And of course, when someone's sick, your parents obviously spend a bit more time with the kid that's sick. It's normal. I can't blame him. But
so you were just so focused on helping your brother that you are just like, nothing else really matters, and it's made you chill out? Is that what you're saying?
No, it made me more stressed back then, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why was I stressed and stuff. I used to have tucks. Tucks, is that how you call them? When you bite your nails, or you want to make sure like an object is like in the right place.
Little ticks or something
little ticks.
Like that.
I had that growing up. I was like, where the fuck did it come from? So I was a pretty stressed kid. And and like speaking to the therapist and stuff, and like digging a little bit on my childhood, I'm pretty sure that's where it came from. When my brother got sick, and I got scared that is he gonna survive, or Yeah,
I know some people will say tics is also of your way of hyper focusing on something else, trying to get your mind off of the thing that's actually bothering you.
Maybe that's what.
In a way, yeah, it's a little form of releasing energy in a way, because you have all that built up. So it's like, if you can hyper fixate on something else, then you don't have to fixate on what's actually going on.
It's a way to get away from it. Okay.
If you were also thinking about death at such a young age, I'm curious now. What's your perception? This is kind of like left field after where we just went, but like,
sorry, I don't want to change the topic.
I like this though, but what's your perception on death now? Are you scared of death?
I don't think I'm scared of death. I'm definitely not, like, I love living, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'm scared of it. I have no idea what comes next. I like to think that it's something bigger, because when I think of life in general, it's such a trip. Like, the fact that we're even sitting here.
No, it definitely is. Yeah, like the fact that we're both.
There's definitely more to life than, just everything's dark or whatever. But yeah, I'm not scared of death. But if someone told me you can live forever, I would probably take it.
Really? You want to live forever?
If I'm healthy, I think I would. I might change my mind in 20 years, but if I can stay healthy and, yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, if you can stay healthy.
Yeah,
because I think that's my biggest fear is I'm not scared of death.
I'm scared of getting older. I'm not going to lie. Like, yeah.
I'm scared of just not being able to live. Like, I'm scared of not being able to move.
Yeah, exactly.
But live forever, man.
That might be a bit much.
I love my little life, my big life, whatever. I love it. But that sounds exhausting.
It is a lot of stress, too, yeah.
I'm also the crazy person that believes in, like...
I don't think we're supposed to anyway. I think, life is,
I think this is Earth School. So I'm like, I think after this, there's other things. So I'm like, I don't want to be here the entire time.
Yeah, you want to experience the next thing. I'm ready to see
what else is out there.
Yeah, for sure. Again, I think like everything happens for a reason. So yeah.
But once again, how'd you come to that? How's everything happen for a reason? I know how I came to that.
There's so much out of our control. I'm like, I don't know. And I've always made sense of like certain things that happen, but how much can we really control,
Yeah, but how did you come to that perception? Because most people will fight it. Most people say like most people won't say everything happens.
Well, I fight it to some extent. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like, it's everything happened for a reason. I'm not gonna get up today and do something,
Yeah.
I'm just talking about like, like higher.
I know, but that's such a beautiful mindset to have, and I'm always curious how people have it. I know how I got that.
How did you get it? I'm actually curious.
When I started reflecting on my life, because I've had definitely ebbs and flows to my life, when I was a child, I thought I was a victim.
Okay.
And I thought like, woe is me, this all fucking sucks. But when I actually like look back, it has all brought me to where I am today, and I love where I am today. And I'm so forever grateful for it. But in the moment, it didn't seem like it was something to be grateful for. So that's why even right now, if I don't know the reason behind it, I just have the utmost faith where I'm like, I love where I am right now, and I love who I am.
Oh, yeah.
So I just want to continue to think that, it is all serving me and it all has its reasons, because Lord knows I've been surprised so many times where I thought something was quote unquote bad and it turned out to be a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you actually never know what's around the corner. And if anything, like me learning to follow the joys in life and accepting everything for what it is and doing the things that feed my soul has brought so many different experiences to my life that I don't even need.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's better for me to like believe that there's something else working for me, because if everything worked out how I wanted to, I don't even know if I would be like happy or have these experiences.
Would you really feel the good if we didn't experience the bad,
Exactly. I do believe it's complementary opposites, and we forget that so often.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where one of my final questions for you I kind of want to ask is, have you always just had this appreciation for life?
I like to think I did, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have, yeah. I don't remember being super depressed as a kid, or I've always enjoyed life.
Because I think that's so cool. I think that you're just...
But again, I'm so grateful for my family, Of course, once you move out of home, you create your own life and stuff. But I feel like they gave me a good base, to be positive and stuff. But yeah,
that's where something, even I know we talked about kids briefly and how you want kids. And you're like, yeah, I do believe that like you should hopefully be financially stable. I know that's not always the case. And I don't think that you...
Especially in this economy.
Definitely. But I think that like I tell people all the time, I'm like, regardless of anything I've ever accomplished in this world, superficial or whatever anybody else wants to perceive as accomplishments, to me, my biggest accomplishment is working on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like loving myself and like learning to love this life has been the biggest blessing and my best accomplishment. And I think that your parents did an amazing job with you, and that's why you were able to still keep this like aura to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that like money is important when you have kids, but I feel like being a good person
is the most important. Love is the most important. You do see it, like some of the happiest kids come from, I've traveled to like third world countries where they have nothing, and you see how happy the kids are on the street, and that's again like the biggest life lesson. It's like they're so happy playing with like, I don't know, like a little ball, and they're all playing soccer on the street, and they're all so happy. And then you go to somewhere, not saying everywhere, but like you'll go to somewhere a little bit more rich or something, and some of the parents are not as...
Yeah, somebody has absolutely everything and they're still miserable.
So
and then
there's people... for sure. The way I meant money was just for like...
No, but I love how you said that though too, because you are just like such a good representation of like the thing that money can't actually buy. Like from the get-go in the previous interview and this one, you've given so much respect and love about your parents, and you're just like, I've always been this way. And it's because you've never had to be fazed by like taking on the burden of other people's hurt that they impart onto you. Because I mean, I'm a firm believer, hurt people, damaged people who decide to have kids then put that on their children. So you're just like a really good example of like, hey, I've never had to be phased because my parents took such good care of themselves. You know what I mean?
So, and at least they taught me how to, how to not take on too much bad, like, staying positive and, because obviously you go through your struggles as well. I haven't always had, good relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's good in everything.
Yeah. But the fact that they can do that is amazing. Your parents just deciding to see the good in everything. That's amazing. How many people do you know that can actually do that?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I do know some people for sure. I feel like most of my friends are very positive, but
once again, good company keeps good company. You naturally attract what you are. So that doesn't surprise me at all. But I'm sure we can walk down the street right now and find somebody who might think differently.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
And I don't want to say that's the norm by any means, but it's just, once you realize something's there, then it's easier for you to fix it.
Of course.
But, Flo.
Thank you so much, Christina.
I love this so much. So oh my gosh, I can't. Yeah. So my final question, because I always have to have a final question, is if you could tell the world one thing, what would it be?
One thing to the world. Love one another, I guess. One love, yeah. I guess that's the biggest picture. Yeah, I guess you said it best. I think love is like the strongest thing in the world. So yeah.
Oh, I could not agree more with you, to be honest with you. It's one of the reasons why I say thank you guys for listening. I love you at the end of this podcast.
There we go. Love you guys.
I do think that like there's a misconception. Sorry to like elaborate on this a little bit, but I do think there's a misconception of what love is necessarily. Like I think that love is just like it's an energy and it's a respect for absolutely everybody. Like regardless of what they're going through. That's why I can honestly say to all my listeners right now, like whoever you are, I love you, because I feel like everybody has such a valuable part. Even if we do not agree on everything, even if we don't have the same like lifestyles, you serve a purpose, and when you can actually appreciate that everything in this world has a part, like 100%. That's what love is, right? So I love that. 100%. That's so beautiful.
Thanks. I felt like that might be too simple, but I'm like, you know what? That's exactly what.
Why we gotta complicate things?
Exactly. Why do we have to complicate
things? Things are so simple. I'm like, what did we?
That's so true, though. Yeah. Why do we complicate everything? Yeah.
Yeah. Things are so simple. So
they should be.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. No, thank you. That was so nice. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I can't. Such a lovely conversation as always.
Likewise.
And thank you guys so much for listening. Until next time, I love you.
Thank you guys.
Oh, Flo!
Oh, sweet.
You're so sweet. I can't.